Google Analytics by Peerenboom. The next couple of slides, I'll be talking about the 4 W's. What, who, where, and why. What is Google Analytics? Google Analytics gives you the digital analytics tools you need to analyze data from all touchpoints in one place for a deeper understanding of customer experience. You can then share the insights that matter with your whole organization. And that's what Google says Google Analytics is. But in other terms, you can analyze data that's presented to you by Google to share and inform your organization or company what people are doing on your website. You can see where they're clicking, you can see what they're clicking on, how long they are, and where they're using your website from. Who should use Google Analytics? Google Analytics can be used by anyone that has a website. It can be from a small business with one store and a website, or a large company with thousands of stores and a website. The key takeaway here is anyone that has a website and wants to improve it and learn more about their website, they should be able to use Google Analytics. Where can I find Google Analytics? Well, Google Analytics is free to use. All you need is a website. So below I attached a hyperlink to bring you right to where you can sign up to use Google Analytics. And the link below that one is a link to help you find training and support for Google Analytics. Why should someone use Google Analytics? Google Analytics will help someone understand a website better. They can find what people click and what makes people stay. The quote below is from Georgetown University, just explaining why someone would want to use Google Analytics on their website. What can you learn with Google Analytics? How do visitors find your website? So there's different ways people can find a website. They can either type in the URL, which is the direct route. They can find it by an ad. They can do an ad click. They can use a search engine such as Google. When they type in a keyword, they can find your website that way, or they can find your way by using social media. Google Analytics tracks each of these ways, so you know how people are getting to your website and what is the best way for people to get to your website. Do you have effective content? This is a way to see what people are clicking on, if they're clicking on what you want them to click on, because you want a goal for your website. So the best way to access your goal is having the right engagements. So knowing how long someone's on a page and where they're clicking on the page helps you understand if your goals will be successful. And lastly, are visitors doing what you want them to do on your website? If you're trying to make them purchase something, are they actually purchase something, or are they just visiting your website? Are they going to the right steps to purchase it? Or if you want them to see something that you're promoting, are they seeing that video? Are they clicking on that video on your website? These are all things that Google Analytics will track for you, and you're able to see what everyone is doing on your website, and if your goals of the final conversion of actually getting people to do what you want on their website is actually getting done. This is the Google Analytics dashboard. There's a lot here. There's visitors, traffic source, content, goals. I'm not going to go over e-commerce today, but that's also there. You can learn a lot about your website. You can change the range of dates. You can do a lot of things with the dashboard. You can export it to an Excel file. This is all very important to help make your website better and help understand Google Analytics better. So this is the visitors overview page. Let's see, we got the amount of users or visitors for that month, the amount of unique visitors. You can see over here, these are new visitors and these are returning visitors. This is really helpful if a certain website is looking to retain users and making sure they come back and use their website over and over again, not just a one-time thing. This would be good to actually see that if they've actually come back that month, and things like that. They can see the amount of time over here that people are actually using their website, which is very important to see, if they're actually reading all the stuff that you have on the page, or if they're just clicking through. So this is very good to understand who your users are that are actually using your website. Next thing we're going to look at is traffic sources. We're going to see where the users are coming from. We can see different things if they're typing into a URL, if they're getting it from a referral site, and or if they're getting it from an ad. So we're going to take a deeper look into that. This is a traffic sources overview page. This report shows the direct traffic, the people that are typing in your URL or are referring sites. So those sites are sites that would, if you had a candle and a blog wrote something about how good your candles were, and they gave your website, they put their URL, your URL in their blog. So people started clicking on that. You could see what blog that was coming from and where those people were clicking on to get to your website. And then you have search engines, which is obviously Bing, Google, and whatever other search engines there are. And you could just see where everyone is coming from and see if you have a certain ad out there and people are clicking on that and that's driving traffic up, or if people are typing in your URL and that's where most of your traffic comes. So it's very useful to see which ones you can improve on to help your company get more traffic that way. Alright, so now we're going to look at the content. We're going to see where people are clicking and what pages are they sticking to and what pages they like the most. So that's the content. So this is the content page. Pretty much it just has each web page. This would be what each of your web pages. These are the page views per web page, would be right there. Clear that out. And you can see the amount of time people have been using on that page, and it's really helpful to understand what pages are actually hits and what pages people exit your website from. So we have exit percent over here, and it just better understands what people are looking at when they go on your site. And you can check over, this is over a month period, you got all of this, and what days were the best. Maybe you had a certain thing, advertisement or promotion, so people viewed your website and you saw a peak because of that promotion. You could have told that was a good promotion, or maybe at a promotion at a point that you thought you were going to have more people and it ended up not being a lot of traffic to your website. And now we're going to be looking at goals to see where you set up goals and once you set up goals, what do they do. So now we're looking at the goals. On the left over here, this is where the goals setup is. This is to see if people are registering for your page and if they're completing and actually going through everything to get the final thing, which is actually signing up. So that's what your goal would be. So once you're able to set this up, which Google Analytics helps you run through it, you can actually check the statistics on it to see if your goals are being completed. Because pretty much the main idea, what you want for a website, is what is the reason that people are going to your website. Pretty much it's to do whatever you want them to do. So by setting the goals, you're saying you want people to do this on your website. So when you look down here, you can see if people actually completed your goals, how much money you're making because of your goals. And this is, if you said if a member signs up, you make this much money, then boom, you can see that. And that's pretty much one of the biggest things, other than a lot of these reports are big because it's all building towards your company and improving your company. But actually having goals set will really help your website and your company.